Hello everybody, I hope you guys are all having a swell week. I've had the fortune of a few good days of good weather this week. By good weather, I mean simply put, it just wasn't raining. So I was able to string a few days together and finally get the rest of the paint that was on the front side of the cornice completely off. And I also got some wood filler and some wood preservative on there. So let's hop into a time lapse of that and I'll be back with you guys. So here we have the freeze boards up here on the Mansard roof. You can see them with this, what would you call this exactly? I guess a trident sort of shape. And then it looks well and good, and this one's mostly intact, with there being a little bit of damage here in some of the places I got a wood fill. But I noticed this. As you can see, there is no tail here on this trident. There's only one up here, and this one's completely missed, which is bizarre to me. How did they miss this when they were building that? It seems like, I don't know, a no-brainer. And I can't be 100% sure if this was like this originally. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is the original board, so I'm gonna go ahead and correct that. So after quite a bit of wood filling, we're left with this. A house that looks like it cut itself shaving. But that's all right. Those will dry, and tomorrow, which will be Monday, the day you'll be watching this, I'll be back up here again, and I'll be sanding and then hopefully painting the rest of these little spots. And that'll be a good deal of the cornice done. As you guys saw on the other time lapse, I was able to cut the rest of the trident out. I didn't actually want to go much deeper than this. I wanted to keep it a bit further back. Main reason for that being, of course, it's going to be darker paint in here, so it doesn't really matter too much. That and having a little extra connected piece of wood here actually adds some much needed strength to this. And also there's kind of some small part of me that really likes the idea that somebody can come back to this later and find out that it's not cut all the way through and know that the original workers didn't actually cut this at all. So there'll be some weirdness there. So yeah, I think that'll work. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good from the ground. As soon as the green goes in there, it'll look great. Well, in some areas, the Mansard is looking much, much better. But equally, it's also looking worse, as I have to remove rotten pieces. However, as the saying goes, it has to get worse before it gets better. But with every little bit of paint I remove, there's less chance of trapped moisture, which means a healthier house overall. And as far as the stripping is concerned on the Mansard roof, I realistically only have this little tiny bit here on the side left to do. And the only reason I haven't touched that quite yet is because I have to move my lift to do it. Not a huge deal, but I end up blocking the driveway. Also in news this week, I did get the last little bit of wood that I need to complete the rest of the soffits and just all of the woodwork that goes into making the Mansard roof. So we should need absolutely 0 more timbers to complete this thing. And it's really starting to feel like we're getting really close to really starting to tackle this thing. Also, my carpenter, if you guys have heard me talk about Eric and his daughter Claire, are wrapping up their last project right now before we all start the project that is the Charles S. Brown house. I did want to share with you guys what he's been working on though, because I find it absolutely incredible. So he's been working on this house in the southern side of the city, an absolutely beautiful second empire as well. And this is the sunroom that he's been working on. I want you guys to understand that none of this room existed before he started doing work. And he's mostly just been working, rebuilding this inside and out with historical photos of the home. When he got here, this was just a brick box. Before he started his work, this is what it looked like. And it's not at all what was originally on the house. So all of the moldings, all of this beautiful stuff you see here was made by Eric and his daughter. Now this is the last project he's been working on. These are spiral rope moldings. Now his final thing he has to do with these rope moldings is bend them to go around these Second Empire arches. He's been doing that by what's called kerf bending them, which basically means you need to make relief cuts or take away a certain amount of material from one side, soak it in some kind of liquid. In this case it is a preservative, a wood preservative, the same one I use in my house, and then slowly bend it into shape. And then he's been nailing it together and filling all the holes with glazing putty. Now these ropes aren't even things you can buy, these are things he had to make. And they don't even make machines to make these rope moldings anymore, so he had to make the machine to make the material. I highlight all of this because I know it's been a long time coming as far as getting the work done here on the Mansard roof. But I want you all to understand the quality of person I'm getting here. Eric and his daughter Claire are magicians. They can do such incredible things with wood, and they really truly care about things being absolutely authentic. It would have been easier, of course, to make one of these rope moldings and mold it and cast it in resin, rinse and repeat. But that's not authentic. That's not what it was in the past. And to find any kind of contractor who wants to do things that are authentic is exceedingly rare. And beyond that, Eric has been more than just somebody who's going to be working on my house. He's become a really good friend. How do you guys think I know about all of these old machines and how to work them, how to operate them? It's because Eric's been doing it for 20 years. And I think the best part about having Eric and Claire work on the house is they're not coming just to do the work. They're coming here to teach me how to do the work. Which may sound trivial, but that's a really, really important fact. If I want to go on and make preservation my life, which is exactly what I want to do, then having this resource of people who have done this before, who have spent years perfecting this craft, take the time to not only do this project when they're so backed up, but teach me as well. It's an absolutely invaluable lesson. And all I can say is I am so excited. And that's why a lot of these things on the house that I think I probably could correct myself on the Mansard roof, I've been waiting for Eric. I want to hear his opinions on how things work, how things go together. How could we stabilize this thing better? So everything's starting to get very exciting, guys, and there's going to be very, very big changes coming in the very near future to the old girl's glorious crown. And I can't wait to share it with you guys. So that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you guys all so much for being here. I'll be back again with you guys next week, one step closer to this old girl being put back together. And I'll see you guys all then. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.